Yo, what's going on, y'all? What's going on? DFJ Hoops here, back again with another live stream. The 76ers took on the Dallas Mavericks. Joel Embiid made his return. Tyrese Maxey continues to be impressive. We're going to talk about this game. We're going to talk about the post game. But if y'all just came in, please make sure you smash that like button. If you haven't subbed to the channel, subscribe as well. Salute to my guy, Rap Guy Reloaded. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you said first. Appreciate you for being here. And salute to my guy, One Mike. Says salute, bro. Good win, but the title is nasty work. I mean, yeah, I know a lot of people gonna complain about the title. Rap Guy Reloaded says, does Joel Embiid deserve the hate? I mean, I think he deserves criticism, but not hate. But I mean, everybody's different, right? I mean, I think he deserves to get criticized, right? With the amount of games that he's missing, like the criticism definitely should be there. But hate, I mean, why would you hate a player? But I mean, that's how I look at it. But does he deserve to get criticized? Hell yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna just put it that way. But yeah, before I talk about this game, the 76ers, I mean, other teams are being active in the trade that before the trade deadline or ahead of the trade deadline. Milwaukee just sent Chris Middleton to the Washington Wizards for Kyle Kuzma. So Kyle Kuzma is now a player for the Milwaukee Bucks. Other teams are also making moves. The Thunder just traded for Daniel Tice, and then the 76ers also made a move where they sent KJ Martin and I think 2 second-round picks to the Detroit Pistons for nobody, right? They ain't get nobody. They ain't get nobody in that deal. So what it seems like the Sixers are trying to get under the luxury tax, right? They're trying to get under the luxury tax, which somebody also said that they're probably getting ready for a bigger move by tomorrow. So we'll have to wait and see what this move means. But I mean, I don't know. I don't understand, or I don't know the logic of trading KJ Martin to the Pistons for to get under the luxury tax. Because I mean, this team is trying to win. So if you're trying to win, I think you should do something better than just trying to get under the luxury tax, right? If you really want to win, you're not trying to get under the luxury tax. But if you're getting under the luxury tax, that means that this team might be trying to tank, right, for the remainder of the season. So we'll just have to wait and see. Maybe they make another move as we're talking right now, right? Maybe they're still in talks of acquiring a new player. But so far, that said, KJ Martin is no longer a Sixer player. He's been traded to the Detroit Pistons. Salute to, is it Dale? Salute to Dale for pulling up. He says for nothing. Josh Harris is cheap and sucks. Yeah, I don't get the move as well. I don't understand why, because I was under the assumption that KJ Martin will be moved for a much better player at the trade deadline, right? I believe that when they signed him in the summer, I was under the assumption that they're going to attach a pick or two to go get a better player. But I don't know what this move was for. So, I mean, we'll just have to wait and see, right? We'll just have to wait and see. Now, if they're trying to get under the luxury tax, and that means that they're trying to tank, right? And they're not trying to win. So, that's my thoughts on it. But let me not waste any more time. Let me just talk about this game right here. So, the 76ers, they took on the Dallas Mavericks. The new Dallas Mavericks team. Now, Anthony Davis did not play for the Mavs. I think he's still dealing with a abdominal injury. That's the injury that he suffered when he played against us last week, right? The abdominal injury. But Max Christie was playing for them, right? Max Christie did play for them, and Caleb did not play for them because he had just gotten traded that very same day. So, yeah, but Max Christie had a very good game for them, right? And then also Kyrie Irving also. Kyrie was doing his thing, right? Kyrie finished with I think 30 points. Let me put the box score right here. 1 second, y'all. Good. So if y'all can see my screen right here, let me go to the Mavs, right? Dallas. Kyrie, 34 points. I think he had like 9 rebounds. Yeah, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. Kyrie had a very, very good game, right? Justin Edwards, Kelly Oubre, like these guys tried to stifle him. They tried to make try to make things difficult for him. But I mean, Kyrie's Kyrie, right? Kyrie's gonna get to his shots. He's gonna get to his spots. He's gonna make tough shots, tough layups, acrobatic layups. Like that's Kyrie Irving, right? Dante Exum also had a pretty decent game as well, right? But on the Sixers side, Joel Embiid, coming back, haven't played in almost a month. I think the last game that he played was on January the 4th. I could be wrong, but I think that's the last game that he played. And Joel Embiid, the jumpers was looking good, right? I mean, Embiid's game is not predicated off athleticism, right? His game, he's a jump shooter, so he's gonna get to his spots, like the free throw line on the box, like that's where he plays at. So, and he has very, very good touch for a big man. So sometimes, he doesn't really need a lot of elevation to get a jump shot off, right? Because 9 times out of 10, whoever's guarding him can't really, contest the shots like that. And especially playing against Daniel Gafford. Gafford is much smaller compared to Embiid, right? Gafford is like 6'9", 6'10". And then you got Joel Embiid, who's almost 7'2" or 7'1". But Embiid, he came into this game, and the jump shots was looking good, right? But when he got to the free throw line, I felt like he struggled, right? He missed a lot of free throws. And it was uncharacteristic of him, right? Joel Embiid before this game was shooting like 93% from the free throw line. Yeah, he hasn't played a lot of games, only 13 games or whatever, but he's taking a lot of free throws, right? So he's taking a lot of free throws, and he's at 93%. But in this game, he missed a ton of free throws, and I was really surprised because Embiid don't really miss a lot of free throws like that, right? But from the free throw line, Embiid 4 for 9 from the free throw line, right? I mean, at most he misses like 2, right? But him missing, I think he had a trip where he missed like both free throws. So that was showing you the rust, and if you haven't played in a month, yeah, that rust is definitely going to be there. But his ability to make shots at the free throw line, had a cool a turnaround fadeaway shot, which was very, very impressive as well, right? I mean, that's his game, right? I expect him to be doing that. And also, he was also making some plays, right? Making some plays, making some good passes, making some good reads. Even though there were some shots that he took that I felt like if he had passed it, the Sixers would have had a much better result. But he just took the shot, not passing it off, and that was him being selfish, right? In stretches in the second quarter where the Sixers really needed to go on a run. I felt like Embiid, not making some of these basic plays really hurt the team offensively, right? But overall, I think Embiid had a good game, right? He had a good game in that first quarter. Embiid being on the floor really helped the Sixers a lot, right? It helped the Sixers, and that's how they were able to score, I think, like 36 points in the first quarter, and that was a lot of it was Joel Embiid, but also Tyrese Maxey was also doing his thing, where Tyrese Maxey just feeding off the using Joel Embiid, his gravity to find his shots and be aggressive himself, get to the basket, and also make plays. Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid's 2-man game really helped us down the stretch where, they were running these screening actions, and, Tyrese Maxey would just go all the way to the cup. And sometimes, the defense is playing him very, very tough, but Tyrese Maxey just needs a little bit space to get the angle to, lay the ball up. And there was a lot of plays like that where, they were playing some good defense on him, right? Max Christie playing some good defense. And then they had some other guys also come off the bench. I think his name was Prosper. I could be wrong, but, these guys were playing very, very tough on him. And you had Kessler Edwards as well, playing some good defense on Maxey. But Maxey sometimes, too crafty, too quick. He's able to get to the basket, and sometimes he might not have. You may think he doesn't have the angle, but he just needs a little bit of space to get the shots off. And I think Tyrese Maxey was the player of the game in my opinion. Yeah, Joel Embiid did get you a triple double, but I think Maxey was the player of the game. Right, Tyrese was much more efficient. When he was on the floor, the Sixers went on multiple runs, and there was an instance where Maxey was off the floor and they had like Reggie Jackson and another guard in there. I can't remember who. And the Sixers had difficulties generating offense. So the point of me bringing that up is even if Joel Embiid is in the game, I think you need some good enough guard players who could, who could be crafty, who could dribble, penetrate, get to their own shots, and also make plays. You can't just put any guard around Joel Embiid and expect to win games. You need good enough guard play around Joel Embiid. So that's what Maxey provided in this game, in the first half, in the first quarter, and that's what really helped the Sixers generate a lot of offense and generate a lot of points, where they scored like 36 or 34 in the first quarter alone. And then you had also guys who were contributing as well, right? Maxey was finding shots for other guys. Justin Edwards, oh my goodness. He has been really impressive as well. Now, I'm not saying he's some star caliber player, but for the role that he's playing, right, as a 3 and D wing, somebody who can play defense and somebody who can shoot the ball when he's wide open. I mean, he's left-handed, and he gets some of these shots, and how he shoots the ball, his form is really nice, right? How he shoots the ball is really nice, much better than Ricky Council's form. No disrespect to Ricky. Ricky made 2 threes in the game, but I like Justin Edwards a lot, right? He's a prototypical wing player that the Sixers really need, right? 6'7", 6'8", can guard one. He can guard like guards and some forwards. He was guarding Kyrie Irving and making it very, very difficult for him. Now, Kyrie's going to be Kyrie. Kyrie's going to get to his shots. Kyrie's going to be crafty. He's going to, he can embarrass you, right? Kyrie has some nasty handles that, me personally, I'm a defender myself, but I wouldn't want to guard Kyrie Irving. Nah, I'm not. I don't want that smoke, but Justin Edwards took on that challenge, and I mean, he did pick up a lot of fouls as well. He did pick up some fouls. But I mean, some of the fouls that he picked up, I felt like the refs were just, some of those fouls, like I felt like other defenders would get away with it. Drew Holiday would get away with a foul like that. Jaylen Brown will get away with the foul, like, because I saw those two guys play more physical on Kyrie in the finals than Justin Edwards did, and Justin Edwards was getting, he was picking up all these fouls, but Edwards is still a rookie, right? So he's going to learn from his mistakes. He's going to watch film. I believe he's going to watch film and get better and not make some of these mistakes. But I mean, him picking up like 4 fouls by the third quarter and still playing aggressive defensively, you could tell that he's really trying to do everything possible to stay on this team and try to get minutes and do the necessary things to earn the trust from Nick Nurse. And that's something that you wish that young players could be doing, right? Justin Edwards had a game-saving block on Najee Marshall's in the stretch. I mean, down the stretch, in the clutch, where the Sixers really needed to get a stop, because the Sixers, as much as they were scoring, as easy as they were scoring, they were also giving up points on the other end because some other guys could not contain the initial drive, and that's where we saw Dante Exum just attack the Sixers interior relentlessly, right? Because as much as we want to give Embiid the blame, because Embiid, they're trying to test if he could protect the rim because he's been out for such a long time, but also guys were not able to contain the initial drive, right? And if you can't contain the initial drive, guess what? The other team is going to get in the paint. They're going to get in the lane and make plays from there. And that's how we saw guys making threes. Najee Marshall and some of these other guys, even on Max Christie, like I said, Max Christie made like what, 4 or 5 threes off of dribble penetration, right? They get in the lane and then they kick it out. And then guess what? Max Christie rattles in a 3, right? Some of these guys rattle in 3-pointers. But the performance was so good. I really liked it, from Maxey, from everybody else. Joel Embiid ended up making like 5 turnovers, if I'm not mistaken. I think 5. Yeah, and 2 of them, 2 of them were not live ball turnovers, but I think the other 3 were. I mean, one of them was Kyrie Irving, who stepped in and took a charge on Joel Embiid, which, I mean, that was very, very brave of Kyrie, because I'm not trying to take a charge in front of no 7-foot, 250 pound man, bro. I'm not doing that. Salute to my guy Brian Pumper in the building. Salute. Appreciate you. He says 7'1" Lou Williams. 7'1" Lou Williams scoring, nothing else. Yeah, 7'1" Lou Williams was oh my god. And Brian Pumper says Buddy lucked into 11 rebounds because he talls. Yeah, I mean, some of the rebounds, I felt like he could have got more, but I mean, Embiid is not really a very good rebounder, right? Sometimes the ball just falls into his hands. He's not really going up, like he's not really rebounding through traffic, right? Like some of the rebounds that Domantas Sabonis be getting, that's not the rebounds that Embiid gets, right? He got those 11 rebounds because he's 7 foot. So Brian, I agree with you on there. Um, he said, "Stop it, Andre. Embiid had no impact. Empty." Yeah, I knew people were gonna, with the title, Embiid saving the Sixers. But I mean, I put that there because the Sixers had lost, back-to-back games, right? They lost to the Boston Celtics and then lost to the Denver Nuggets, and then they went to. I mean, they won last night. So, I think Embiid and Brian. I mean, I think we got to give Embiid a little bit of credit for. I mean, how good Maxey played, because Maxey got a lot of easier shots with Embiid on the floor, right? Some of these shots that he was getting to, some of these layups, some of these drives, these driving angles that he had was due to Embiid being on the floor and then the defense not being able to catch up to him. And guess what? Tyrese Maxey's just pretty fast, faster than everybody. He's able to get to the cup and then finish. So Maxey got easier looks with Embiid on the floor. I'll definitely say. I mean, I don't know what you think about it, but I think Maxey had easier looks with Embiid on the floor. Now, Maxey was the player of the game. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, Maxey's the player of the game. I think he had like 35 points. Let me put this on the screen right back. I think he finished the game with 35 points with 13 assists, right? 13 assists. And most of those assists went to, off of driving kicks, finding guys at the 3-point line and guys also making shots. So we got to give all those other guys credit as well. Justin Edwards, Ricky Council, and then Yabusele. Now I'm gonna get to Yabusele in a few minutes here, but yeah, Maxey, like I said, Maxey finished the game with 33 points and 13 assists. That was a solid game from him, right? Even though Embiid had a triple double, I think Maxey was the player of the game. That in my opinion, right? I'll give it to Maxey. DFJ, you ever played sports in high school? Yeah, I played soccer, I played basketball, and then I ran track. But I didn't play basketball at a very, very high. I think I played like as a freshman and a sophomore, but I was a much better soccer player, so I try to focus on soccer instead. Andre, we played better when Embiid was off the court. He just there to mess up our team. Now this bum out today. I think Embiid was what -12 in the game. So I get what you're saying there, but I'm just saying that we had better looks with Embiid out there, right? Now the pace of the game, he's very, very slow. Turned the ball over a lot of times, which ended up, giving Dallas, some much easier buckets. Dante Exum, Dante Exum, not Najee Marshall, some of these other guys has some easier buckets because of Embiid turnovers. So I agree with you on that, but I'm just saying that the team had better looks with Embiid out there on the floor. That huge three that Ricky Council hit to cut the deficit to 1, I think in the fourth, was predicated off Embiid. It was because of Embiid. That's why he was wide open in the corner, and they were helping off of him. So because they thought he was going to miss, but he was able to knock it down because the other team, like the focus was on Joel Embiid. That's why. And then some of these other guys like Yabusele, Let me since I just brought him up, let me just talk about this right quick. In the third frame, we saw these high-low actions between Embiid and Yabusele, where Yabusele was just using what he has to his advantages, right? Yabusele is like 250, 260, and guess what? He was playing in the dunker spot. Embiid realizing or noticing the matchup, the easier matchup. Guess what? He was just feeding him these passes, and guess what? Yabusele was able to finish at the rim. All right, easy. Some tough finishes as well, because sometimes the Dallas Mavericks were rotating to help over, but it just didn't matter. They were just too late, and Yabusele was getting some of these easier buckets for us, right? So they were running these high-low actions where you have Yabusele in the dunker spot, and then you have Embiid as the entry pass guy. Right. And then I saw a few of those other plays with Kelly Oubre as well, where Kelly Oubre was getting some of these backdoor cuts, right? Cutting backdoor and then, finishing at the rim, receiving passes from Joel Embiid. So Embiid was making some right reads as well. Now the turnovers, that's a major concern, but I think the passes that he made that were successful, that really helped the team, I think we should give him credit for that. He says, read my earlier comment about Luka and Fox. But I don't see it though. I don't see it, bro. Yeah, try to send it again. Just try to send it again. Brian says, I agree. The team had better looks with Embiid on the floor. Hey, Brian, you a troll, bro. He says drop coverage. Drop coverage and Vant protect the rim. Gafford and Exum was big body and fat boy. Yeah, Gafford had a few plays where he was just attacking Joel Embiid. Yeah, he went through his chest, right? And I mean, we can expect that to happen. Some of these guys, I mean, they're just trying to test him out because he hasn't been out there for a long time, so they're just going at him. But Brian, like I said, we also have to factor in that some of these guys were getting blown by, right? Justin Edwards was doing a fantastic job on Kyrie Irving. Like, he played some good defense on Kyrie, and Kyrie's very crafty, very, very fast. He can get past whoever, right? So sometimes, these guys are not containing the initial drive. And Embiid is not the rim protector that he was in 2020, 2021. Because, Brian, I don't know if you remember this, when we had Ben Simmons and Matisse Thybulle, Danny Green, like when we had these perimeter defenders on the team, sometimes they would get blown by, but guess what? Embiid will clean up the mess at the rim. Now, I'm not saying he did that all the time, but he was really that good as a rim protector, right? And I think that's his last year being as good as a rim protector in 2021, right? Some of these guys were getting blown by, but Embiid was able to, help clean up their mess. But Embiid is not that rim protector right now. He's not that, right? The injuries and everything everything that he's dealing with, missing a month, like he's not gonna clean up all those messes like he once did. So I think our defense, we have to ramp up the defense, especially from the point of attack position, right? Kelly Oubre, Justin Edwards, like some of these guys have to contain drives. And then the other team, they pull Yabusele out to the perimeter, and Yabusele is not really as quick to contain some of these drives. So guess what? They're gonna drive past him, and then Embiid gets put in a tough situation, right? So I think we have to the defense on the perimeter has to be better, and then they have to rotate as well. But yeah, they did attack him. Like I said, Dante Exum was looking like, and I was saying to myself, like, Dante, where was this in the finals? Because you wasn't this aggressive in the finals when they needed you to be. But against the Sixers, he was really being aggressive, going to the basket and trying to put Embiid in foul trouble, because guess what? Yabusele's going to have to be the rim protector, and that'll open up the floor for them even more. What's your opinion on February 1st Luka trade? Rab Gary, I'm happy you brought this up. Now I'm trying to get at KB. He been ducking me for a while, because Kobe Bryant film room has an issue when players take their careers into their own hands and make a decision in free agency and move to another team. But he doesn't have any issue when a team decides to wake up one morning and just trade a player. So I didn't like it. I'm not going to lie. I didn't like it. And especially Dallas trading Luka to the Lakers. Like, out of every team in the league, like, bro, the Lakers, I don't want the Lakers to be successful. Like, I'm not even going to hide from it. I hate the Lakers. I don't want the Lakers to be successful, so I don't like the move. But that's just me. That's my opinion. I don't know how KB feels about it, but I'm trying to get at KB. I missed the last live stream, but I'm lurking on his pages, bro. I'm gonna catch it one of these nights, and it's gonna be smoke from there. But I didn't like the trade. But if you ask me who won the trade, I think we can answer from two perspectives. Like, who got the best player? The Lakers got the best player, but whose team improved? I think the Mavs really improved as a team, because now you have Anthony Davis, and then you have Max Christie, who is a very good, young player, very, very good perimeter defender. So I think they have a much better overall team. But the Lakers, they got to get a center. I mean, they needed a center with Anthony Davis out there on the floor. So we'll see what other moves they make. But from that, yeah, I think who won the trade, I can't really say. But if you judge who wins trades based off of who got the better player, then I mean, you have to say the Lakers. But if you judge trades based off whose team improved the most, I think the Dallas Mavericks improved as a team. Nah, Embiid is cooked, Andre. This is he said this is Joel Valanciunas now. He mid as fuck. I mean, Brian, let's be fair. He's been out for a month. He's been out for a month. So I mean, I don't know what your expectations was, but I mean, I wasn't expecting him to come out and drop 45 or be MVP Joel, right? I mean, me personally, my expectations of him is for him to come out there, play, come out there at about 75, 80%. Set screens, rebound, score when he has the looks. Like that's my expectations of him. Right. So him getting a triple double, okay, that's cool. Right. But the turnovers, you gotta fix it. And he's not gonna have the same bounce that he once had because of the knee issue. Right. And then we don't know how the foot is feeling like. Right. But he has some good. I mean, Brian, he has some aggressive takes to the rim. Now he did turn the ball over one time when he was trying to attack a closeout, but he had some takes where he was going he was aggressively going to the rim. And then I think was it Najee Marshall who stepped in front to stop him, or somebody else? Like somebody got in front of him to cut that driving angle. So I feel like sometimes he's not trying to go 100%, but other times he is. And I think he's not trying to get hurt. He's trying to play. He's not trying to play aggressive like all the time, but just sometimes not play. Be aggressive sometimes and not be aggressive all the times. But I think at this point we need him to be aggressive, but I don't know if he's going to show that night in and night out. And like you said, he's not going to play tomorrow, so that really hurts. It really hurts the Sixers. He says Joel Embiid needs a point forward like Ben Simmons, not the current version. Yeah, I've been saying this for a while now. I agree with you, Rev guy. Embiid is just lazy. Andre, Joel got Luka traded. Mavs GM said they didn't want another Joel Embiid story. Yeah, according to I forgot the GM. Yeah, he says his drinking habits, his eating habits, his lack of conditioning. That's why they traded him. But I mean, I think there's more to it. Right? I think there's more to it. I mean, that makes sense, I guess. But I think there's more to that trade. We know LeBron cheated to get Luka. Longevity goat, aka industry plant. I mean, according to the sources, they said the Mavs were the one who approached the Lakers because the Mavs really wanted Anthony Davis because they wanted a two-way player who can affect the game on both sides of the floor. So they really wanted Anthony Davis, and they were going to stop at nothing to get Anthony Davis. Right? That's what the report said. So if it meant giving up Luka, they didn't really care about it because they really wanted Anthony Davis. So hopefully Anthony Davis can play good for them. Hopefully he recovers from the injury and comes back healthy for them and leads them to the Western Conference. I mean, I don't have any faith in the Dallas Mavericks. I don't have faith in Kyrie, and I don't have faith in Anthony Davis. So that's just me. That's just my opinion. And beats the 7 for LeBron. Brian Pumper says being out for a month is his fault. He be eating Cheetos, crumpets. Joel gotta blame himself for being out of shape. I mean, they said he missed time because of the foot strain. Now that's what they said. We don't know how true that is, whether he was trying to get in shape or whatever. But I mean, he's slimmed down. So, he's lazy on the court. Sometimes after turning the ball over, not getting back in transition to help your team defensively. Yeah, that's you being lazy. And also not giving 100% on certain possessions, on certain plays. So yeah, I'm not gonna fight that he's lazy, but I mean I think at this point he's not trying to get hurt again, which that's understandable. But again, like I said, he has to be aggressive. right? He has to be aggressive, and so somebody go for some of these 50-50 balls, 50-50 balls. I think he did at the end where the loose ball, and I think he had intercepted a pass that was going to Dante Exum or something like that. But him being hurt, I can't blame anybody for being hurt, but um him being lazy, yeah, he definitely is lazy. But let me talk about this game. Let me go to the second half and or the second quarter, I mean. Now, like I said, Tyrese Maxey was going off, right? Making plays for himself, for Embiid as well, with these pick and rolls and, pick and pops where Embiid would just stop at the free throw line and then, hit a free throw line jumper. Him also making plays out to the corner for other players like the Justin Edwards, like I said. Kelly Oubre did not really have a good offensive game, but like I said, his defense, his aggressiveness on defense, like they switched the coverages for Kyrie a few times, and they had Kelly Oubre picking him up, and Kelly did a solid job on him, right, as well as his off ball action where he'll just cut back door and then get a pass from Joel Embiid and then finish at the rim. Kelly can sometimes finish very, very strong at the rim. Right, Kelly plays very, very good defense, but him shooting threes, I don't want him shooting threes. Right. I mean, if he's wide open, yeah, sure, take it. But when he takes 3-pointers, I'm not really confident, and that's just me. But I mean, everything else, like him, cutting back door, him playing defense. Sometimes he can grab double-digit rebounds, right? And that's something I love from Kelly Oubre. But this team, when Tyrese was on the bench, right, this team struggled to score, right? And that was the second quarter. Starting the second quarter, the team struggled to score. And I think in about 6 minutes, the team only scored like 2 points. And those 2 points came from Reggie Jackson, who hit a floater early on in the second frame, right? So Tyrese Maxey checks back in. And B was out there, I think. And then that's when the Sixers started going on a run. And that's where Maxey was scoring the bulk of his points right there, getting to the lane, finishing, because the Sixers had the lead. And then, Dallas, capitalized with, the Sixers offense going cold. And then they started making shots. Kyrie started making shots, making plays for his other guys. Daniel Gafford getting some of these acrobatic dunks. Like Daniel Gafford is super, super athletic, right? He's so athletic. It's not even funny. And then Kyrie was also going off as well, right? Kyrie, like I said, Kyrie's gonna score. He's gonna get to his spots. He's gonna hit shots. He's gonna hit a few, mid-range jump shots, a few turnaround shots that he had on the baseline where Tyrese Maxey was guarding him. Like he was making some tough shots as well and making plays for the other guys. But with the last 6 minutes left, that's when Tyrese Maxey and the Sixers, they started going off, trying to score, trying to keep up with this Mavericks team. And this team didn't want to lose, right? They didn't want to lose 3 in a row. They really wanted to get this. They really wanted to get this victory, and it showed with everyone, right? Everybody that stepped onto the floor really did something to contribute. And all you could do is appreciate, right? All you can do is appreciate, but there's still work that needs to be done, right? There's still work that needs to be done. But the Sixers, they head into the third. Like I said, they had a worse second quarter than they did in the first. Like the first it was almost flawless, right? In terms of the looks that they were getting. But in the third quarter, like I said, that's where the Embiid and Yabusele connection was, the high-low actions. That's where it started, right? That's where Embiid was creating all these opportunities for some of these other guys. And I did say that I don't like Embiid and I don't like Embiid and Yabusele on the floor at the same time because defensively, your defense gets vulnerable, especially on the perimeter, right? I want somebody who an athletic four, which is what I was banking on for the Sixers to trade for, like somebody who a power forward who can guard 1 through 4, 1 through 3, or whatever, and also shoot the outside shot. But we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, Yabusele at the starting power four, I'm not confident in it because defensively, on the perimeter, you get vulnerable because all these guys, all they have to do is just call for the screen. And when Yabusele's on the perimeter, like even I can drive past him, right? I can get past Yabusele easily. I mean, not easily, but I can, like, y'all get what I'm trying to say, but because he's not that good of a perimeter defender. Now, in the interior, yeah, sometimes he can give you resistance, but not all the time, right? Because he's undersized, and most of the time he's going up against some of these bigger players, these bigger centers. I mean, going up against Jokic is going to be a difficult task. Going up against Porzingis is going to be a difficult task. Going up against Jared Allen is a difficult task. Even though I don't like Jared Allen, but it's a difficult task because Jared Allen is 7 foot, and then you got Yabu at 6'8". But he did some good things offensively that I was really proud of, with him being in the dunker spot. Nick Nurse put him in a dunker spot where they were running these high low actions with Joel Embiid, and then he was just feasting in the dunker spot. Right, he was just feasting in the dunker spot, and that's he just using his body to his advantage, right? Because some of these guys that was on him were too frail, too skinny, too thin, and guess what? He was just putting that weight on them, right? Putting that weight on them, catching and just finishing, catching these passes and just finishing. So, that's something that he did. I was really really impressed with. And then Tyrese Maxey also was feasting in the third frame where stop and pop in the mid range, getting to the rim, finishing, and then also making a few plays for Ricky Council, Justin Edwards. Justin Edwards, like I said, has been so impressive. Tyrese Maxey has also been impressive with his maturity as a passer. Like some of these passes that he's making, I don't think I would have trusted him to make those passes when the season started. But the thing about it is, will he be consistent in making these passes? Because sometimes Maxey gets a little bit trigger happy where he wants every shot, he wants to take every shot. But other games, he trusts his teammates and he has this belief in his teammates where he passes the ball to them, and then guess what? They're able to make shots and able to contribute to the team offensively. So that's my only concern with Maxey. I don't have any concerns with him in terms of him scoring. Sometimes he might go cold from the 3-point line. Other nights he might be hot from the 3-point line. I think a few games ago he made like 6 threes, probably against the Boston Celtics. I think he made 6 threes. But tonight, not so. I mean, last night, not so much. I think he only made he was 3 for 11 from the three, right? So not an not an efficient, shooting night from the 3-point line, but he was still being aggressive, going downhill, using, because Embiid sometimes attracts a lot of defenders, so he'll get a clean path to the basket and he'll be able to finish at the rim, sometimes even avoiding some of the defenders by finishing up and under. And then one time I think he finished through a Daniel Gaffer contact, right? Daniel Gaffer was going for the block, but Maxey was able to get there before him and was able to finish at the rim and won, right? So Maxey being aggressive really helped the Sixers a lot. And like I said, if you have Joel Embiid out there, you're not going to win. If you have Embiid out there with mediocre guard players, you're not going to win. But if you have Embiid out there with Tyrese Maxey, guess what? You might win games because Maxey's has high level guard play, can dribble, penetrate, can finish at the rim, and also make plays. So the defense has to focus on a lot of things, not just Joel Embiid, but also Tyrese Maxey, because Maxey's a capable scorer. Maxey's a capable playmaker. I mean, not playmaker, but he's capable of making plays for other guys. He's capable of making some of these passes into the corner to some of these other players. And guess what? We have a few shooters on the team, right? We're starting to get some of these guys are starting to make shots. Justin Edwards, really, really impressive with them. Really, really impressed with him. Ricky Council, who's not really a 3-point shooter, he was able to make a few threes, right? Multiple threes, 2 threes. He made a 3 that really, really helped the Sixers a lot, right? In the third, where they cut the deficit to 1 point, right? So credit to Ricky Council for making that shot. But the only thing that is with Ricky Council is the consistency, right? The consistency is just not there, and the shot sometimes looks a little funny, right? The shot looks funny, but I love his drive, right? His drive and his motor. Like he has a high motor. He plays very, very aggressive. Now in transition, Ricky Council is damn near unstoppable. Right. In transition, he's damn near unstoppable, but it's the in-between game. Like they're shooting the threes in the mid-range. That's the only concern that I have with them. But both teams, going back and forth. Both teams going back and forth. Dallas not trying to pull away. I mean, the Sixers not letting Dallas pull away. They were still, in striking distance. Not really a large lead from any teams, as both teams probably went. Probably the most they ever led with was by 5 points, right? Not a huge lead, even though the Sixers had difficulties trying to score in the second frame. But getting to the fourth, the Sixers had, Nick Nurse had Ricky Council, Yabusele, Kelly Oubre, Adembon, and Jeff Doughton. Now, I don't have any faith in this lineup because you don't have either Maxey or Joel Embiid out there. And guess what? Dallas started going to run, right? Dallas started going to run. They go on a 7-0 run. And then, they cut because the Sixers had the lead at the time, but they cut it to just 1 point. And then Nick Nurse calls a timeout, gets some of these players out the game, puts Maxey in, gets Embiid in the game. And guess what? The Sixers, they go on a run to respond to the Mavs run, right? They go on an 8-0 run to respond to retake the lead. And then guess what? Dallas goes on another run to retake the lead. And then in the clutch, it was just a back and forth game. And then it got down to who can make the most shots and get the most stops, right? And then I felt like, the Sixers, I wasn't too impressed with the defense, but guess what? Dallas was making some boneheaded plays where it really hurt their chances of taking the lead in the fourth, right? Not just taking the lead, but having a comfortable distance, comfortable gap from the Sixers. And sometimes rush shots, them not executing properly, and then sometimes I felt like Justin Edwards was making it very, very difficult for Kyrie Irving. Now, Kyrie did get the ball sometimes and, just picked the spot, got there and got fouled and went to the free throw line and took 2 free throws. But Justin Edwards was making it very, very difficult for him. Even though he was in foul trouble, he was still playing some aggressive defense where in the end, Dallas had an opportunity because Joel Embiid had turned the ball over to take the lead. But Justin Edwards, not giving up on the play, was able to hustle back and get a game-saving block on Najee Marshall and prevent them from scoring. That was really huge from us, right? That was really huge from us. I thought it was a foul, but they didn't call it, and there was a play on, and the Sixers were able to score on the other side, right? So, plays, little plays like that. And then Kelly Oubre, who I almost got pissed off, I think the Sixers had shot the ball and it was a miss and it was a loose ball rebound. And Kelly Oubre, instead of diving on the floor to get it, he didn't do it. He just stood there and let the Mavs get that rebound, right? Now, had the Sixers had lost, that probably would have been his fault because if you had gotten that rebound, guess what? The Sixers will have another opportunity. They would have had 14 seconds on the shot clock to reset and try to push the lead. But because you're not willing to hustle, because you're not willing to get that loose rebound, guess what? The Sixers ended up losing the game. So, but lucky enough, the Sixers able to get stops. Joel Embiid had a play where he was in a dunker spot and Kyrie was on him. I don't know how, but Embiid able to get the layup to go. And then Dallas, they had 2 timeouts left. They call the first one. They don't like the action. Time goes off. They call the second one, and then guess what? The Sixers get a stop, and they ultimately end up winning the game. So it was a very, very, very close game. The Sixers only won by 2 points, but it was so close that Dallas almost won this game. Right? Dallas almost won this game, and if it wasn't for the heroics of Justin Edwards down the stretch and Dallas also, making some boneheaded plays down the stretch, they probably would have won this game. But very good, good team victory, good team win. The Sixers really needed this one because, like I said, they have lost 2 straight games in a row to the Celtics and the Denver Nuggets. 2 close games actually, where in both games they could have won, but they just at the end they ran out of talent, in my opinion, and some bad coaching decisions as well. So, but this victory right here, very, very. It was very, very much needed. The Sixers pick up their 20th win this season. And, shout out to Joel Embiid for, returning and saving the Sixers. Hey, smash that like button as y'all come in. Smash that like button. But, yeah, shout out to Joel Embiid for coming back and, saving the Sixers. No, but all jokes aside, though, Tyrese Maxey was the player of the game, in my opinion. When he was on the floor, like I said, he made things a lot easier for some of these other players. even though when Embiid was on the floor, the team had better looks. But Maxey, more efficient, less turnovers, a much better plus minus. I think he was a player of the game, right? 33 points, 13 assists. Very, 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 very good performance um the All-Star snub, Tyrese Maxey, who should have been in the All-Star game, right? Like I told TuneIn Sports that Darius Garland was not supposed to be in the All-Star game. Now it's not Darius's fault, right? They voted for him. I mean, shit. Yeah, I'll take it. But Maxey was definitely snubbed, and Maxey was supposed that was Maxey's spot, but they gave it to Darius Garland. So the NBA, y'all robbed my boy. So now y'all got to make it up to him. But I think Maxey should use it as motivation. I mean, the All-Star game is only half a season. So what I'm about to say is very, very difficult, but Maxey should push for the All-NBA teams, right? Push for the All-NBA teams. Now, I know it's very, very tough because, like I said, it's only, 6 spots for the guard position, right? 2 guards, and each team, there's only 3 teams, right? 3, 2, 6. So 6 spots for a guard. So Maxey should push for the All-NBA teams. Now, it's going to be difficult, like I said, because it's a lot of good guards in this league, right? A lot of guards having phenomenal seasons. Jalen Brunson, Donovan Mitchell, and some of these other guys. If you go to the Western Conference, but I think Maxey definitely has a case, right? Maxey has a case. He's going 14 straight games, scoring 28 points or more, right? He just finished with a 30 piece last night against the Dallas Mavericks, right? And then he's been doing this. Like I said, he has a streak, and they show the streak of 28 or more points in the Sixers in Sixers history, and it was only Allen Iverson and Joel Embiid on that list. So Tyrese is in much better company, and I think I think he can definitely do more, right? They take on the Miami Heat tonight, which I think it's a guarantee. I mean, let me not say guarantee, but I think he can definitely get 28 or more points against the Miami Heat, right? They're also on a back-to-back. The Sixers are playing back-to-back. They're also on a back-to-back. They lost to the Chicago Bulls last night, which was very, very surprising because I had tuned in in the fourth quarter at the 10-minute mark, and they had a 10-point lead. So I was expecting them to win, but unfortunately, the Chicago Bulls had different plans, had different plans that night, and they ended up winning the game. But that was surprising in my opinion. Brian Pumper says, it seems Joel Embiid needs everything. This bum has played with multiple superstars and all-stars. No excuses. I mean, Brian, I don't know what you consider superstars, but I don't think he's ever played with a superstar. I don't even think Joel Embiid is a superstar to begin with. But has he had help, significant help, like great help? Yes. And did he come up short? Yes. I'm not gonna deny that. But I mean, it's very difficult to win. So, and we've had great chances. Being in three game sevens in the last 5 years, and then losing all 3 of them. That's very, very very, very demoralizing, right? 2019, 2021, 2023, right? That's a 5-year stretch where the Sixers were in game 7 in the second round and they lost, right? I think some of the losses you can put on Embiid, but some of them you can't put on them. So, said Buddy ate a whole cheeseburger and fries 15 minutes before a game. This dude is not serious. Yeah, that was 2018. 2018, yeah. That's 24-year-old Embiid though. The 24-year-old Embiid. Come on, Brian. Oh man, but yeah, I fucks with Brian Pumper though. He funny. He and the Sixers. He's in these Sixer YouTube streets. I be seeing him on other platforms. Shout out to Brian Pumper. This man Kenyon Martin crashing out on the Sixers on Gil's Arena. Bro just exposed that PG's shooting pinky is hanging off and probably needs surgery. Oh, he said that? Oh shit, I gotta go watch that, John. But yeah, speaking of Paul George better suit up in the next few days, right? Because having a pinky injury on your non-shooting hand, come on, bro. The team needs to win games, right? They just picked up win number 20. They gotta win more games, right? You gotta win more games. And PG gotta get back on the floor. Because the sitting out because of a pinky finger injury, come on. Been out for 2 weeks now. So PG got to get back on the floor. But yeah, that's my thoughts on this game. Much very, very impressive game. Impressive performance from Tyrese Maxey. Now, Brian, I know you'll definitely say Maxey was a player of the game. I heard people saying Joel Embiid because he just returned, not playing for a month, and came back and got a triple double. Yeah, that's fine, but you know, other guys made shots. Yabusele was smart, playing in the dunker spot, using his body to his advantage, right? And then Maxey also making shots, and then some of these other guys making shots. So, and then like Brian said, he's 7 foot, so of course he's supposed to get double digit rebounds. So it's not really impressive to me, in my opinion, right? Now I know saying that a center getting a triple double is not impressive is crazy, but and Nikola Jokic has made it a norm, man. He's made it a norm. If you're a big man, if you don't get 7, 8, 9 assists, you don't have a good game. So, but yeah, Tyrese Maxey was a player of the game. Maxey was a player of the game. I think Nick Nurse has to make better coaching decisions next time. Having a lineup without Embiid or Maxey out there, that really hurts the team, and that's how they blew that lead against the Boston Celtics because Maxey was not out there on the floor. But then sometimes I get it because it's like you can't play Maxey the whole game, right? You can't play him the whole 48 minutes. And Maxey played 40 minutes last night. So giving him a few minutes to rest here or there, and then Embiid returned and played 36 minutes. So but I think having Quentin Grimes, I'm really curious to see what he brings or what he adds to this team, right, from the guard position, right, and I want to see if Nick Nurse is going to continue to play Kyle Lowry all those minutes. Now Lowry didn't play last night. He was out with the injury. Eric Gordon is out with the injury. Reggie Jackson is done. Reggie Jackson he's turkey. Reggie Jackson's turkey. He's over with. He's turkey. He a turkey sandwich. He done. He done. And it's sad because Reggie Jackson, a few years back was very, very good as a scorer, but as of right now, he don't got it no more. He don't got it no more. He's just playing for a paycheck. That's it. But yeah, the trade deadline. Let me talk about the trade deadline. And then I'm gonna end this right here. But the trade deadline has been really a lot of surprises, right? The biggest one, Luka going to the Lakers. I really hate that move, right? I don't want the Lakers to be successful, right? I hate the Lakers with a passion. I don't want them to be successful, and I'm not shy to say that. I don't want the Lakers to be successful. So J. Cool, Kobe Bryant film room. I don't want the Lakers to be successful. But I'm saying right now, rap guy. I don't know if you're a Laker fan, but I don't want the Lakers to be successful. I'm saying this right now. I don't want them to be successful. So them getting Luka, and Luka is I think he's a superstar in my opinion. He's definitely top. He's a top 5 player, right? I had him third heading into the season, right? I had him right behind Giannis, and Giannis being 2 and then Jokic being 1. I had Luka number 3, right? So he's definitely a superstar. So the Lakers getting a superstar player in his prime who's about to enter his peak. I really hate it, right? I really hate it, but it is what it is. We'll see how he fits with the Lakers with LeBron. And there's rumors that LeBron might get traded to the Golden State Warriors. Now I don't know how true that is, but I don't know why Golden State will make that move, but hey, I'm here for it all. But yeah, Sixers trading KJ Martin to get under the luxury tax. I don't understand why, but maybe there's a much bigger move on the way. So we'll have to wait and see. And then not Sacramento, Milwaukee trading for Kyle Kuzma, and then the Thunder trading for Daniel Tice. Those are all the moves that were made today. Maybe there were more moves, but maybe I just missed it. So y'all can let me know if I'm missing any moves, but those are ones that I caught. Now Daryl Morey's gonna address the Sixer, gonna address the team, address the media after the trade deadline. He always does. So we'll wait and see what he has to say concerning this team and whether this team is gonna compete or not. But Andre Drummond, Paul George didn't play. Hopefully they can suit up tonight. I mean, I don't know Paul George. I don't know if he's gonna play, but some of these other guys that didn't play, I'm expecting to see them tonight. So, but that's all I got. Shout out to y'all for tuning in. Shout out to Brian Pumper. Highly critical of Joel Embiid. Like I said, I'm here for it all. Like, if you want to criticize him, trust me, I'll join you and we'll criticize him, right? So shout out to Brian Pumper. Shout out to Rap Guy Reloaded. Shout out to my guy Michael, always in the building, showing love. Shout out to is it Dale? Yeah, shout out to Dale as well. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Yeah, looking forward to the next moves that the Sixers will make ahead of the trade deadline. So yeah, I'm here for it all. But appreciate y'all for tuning in. This is DFJ Hoops. DFJ Hoops. Like the video, like the live stream if you haven't. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And hit the bell notification icon as well to get any notifications every time we release a video or do any live streams. Now, this game, the game tonight, I'm not going to be able to recap it, but I'll probably do some takeaways from the game and then address the trade deadline if the Sixers make any moves. So that will be on Friday. So appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one. Peace.